made it.
Dobrodošli u Srbiju!
There are certain unique things that can be a little controversial being an American while traveling Serbia. And flashback to when I traveled there this winter, I found many things that were incredibly shocking that I wanted to share my first impressions with you. I watched so many Hallmarks and Christmas movies.
Dude, Jimmy's looking like the little boy from Home Alone. He just walked down here like...
Now let's start out with the people. The people in the Balkan Peninsula are some of the most diverse in all of Europe. They combine all sorts of European Caucasian people. Now, the friendliness. Being an American traveling to Serbia, I never expected Serbia to be so welcoming. You never feel alone while traveling Serbia. The locals and people are so friendly and welcoming. It makes getting along and starting conversations with strangers extremely easy. Being from the military and knowing the past, traveling here made me a little worried. I had this huge fear that everybody would hate me, not want to help me, or even possibly harm me. And that is not what I received at all.
I don't really know where Chris is taking me, but we're going down a really dark alley. And it's getting louder and louder as we get closer.
Now let's talk about language barrier. You always need to know what language the country you're visiting speaks, and if the language you speak is widely spoken throughout the country. The language barrier is very minimal in major cities like Belgrade and Novi Sad. And the people tend to speak very good to moderate English. Even the people with limited skills tend to do everything they can to help you. Yep.
Nosite.
Yes. Oh, for here. You really only run into issues in the countryside. But even when we were in those countryside towns, they were extremely accommodating to us, doing everything they could to help us.
Gyros?
Nemamo gyros.
Nemo gyros?
Nema gyros.
Chicken? Kukureku! This is how we do it, guys. This is how we do it. If you don't know how to say chicken in every language in the world, so you need to say what chicken did. So they did kukuriku. And then the people that making the food, they understand you. So even if it's so funny or something like this, you're until get your food.
So if you want beef, what do you do?
Moo. Moo.
I may not be saying this right, but when we went to get peskavica in a little small town in the countryside of Serbia, the lady there was so friendly. She went out of her way to make sure our order was exactly what we asked for.
It's like a game of charades, I'd say.
She's going through each ingredient in the burger and bringing it to us and asking us, do we want this? Do we want this?
Show me, show us before.
Si.
Ne, onda ti mi kaži, ti si rekao Pavla tu majonez.
I don't understand you, honey.
Jao.
You can talk to me in Serbian and I can answer in the same.
Stavi na mač.
Ah, okay, I'm starting to talk in Hebrew.
Ko ne kisele. Ovdje ima krastavice kisele.
Master na, para alaj.
Some places you travel aren't always as accommodating as it is in Serbia. I mean, there's many times I've ran into issues while trying to conversate with locals in foreign countries and they don't even want to help you. They just push you off and move you to the side. But that is not the case here in Serbia. So do not worry about the language barrier while traveling here, especially if you speak English, because the locals here are so friendly, they'll do anything they can to help you. Can we really do a first impressions video on Serbia without talking about the smoking? This was not something I expected, but something I noticed right away. According to the World Health Organization, about 40% of Serbian women smoke and 44% of Serbian men smoke. That's about 84% of the entire population in Serbia.
A lot of people might be disgusted by that, but that's just like one of their cultural differences and one of the things that makes traveling so special. Like here in Serbia, dude, they smoke like, I've never seen people smoke as much as Serbs do. Yeah. And you can literally find ashtrays everywhere. If you hate tobacco smoke and cigarette smell, then this is definitely one of the places that you want to avoid. But mostly almost every Airbnb, every hotel, anything on booking will be a place that you can smoke inside. So you might have that little bit of linger of cigarette smell around, but it's pretty standard.
Tobacco consumption is one of the highest in the world here in Serbia. Now, let's talk about food. I did little, very little to no research before coming to Serbia when it comes to food. I kind of left that in Chris's hands.
I gotta hold my side of the weight because for the New England trip, Jimmy left me a whole list of things that I had to do research on, and I didn't even do none. So here, I've been here, I can't say I've done the research. I've been here for about 2.5 months now, and a lot of people have helped me along the way. So I'm going to use those helpful tips to show Jimmy as much as I possibly can about the Serbian culture in the next few days that we have here.
But when it comes to food, I really had no idea what to expect, other than they love eating loads of meat and they love their bread. And once I got there, I did see that this was very true. For me as an American that loves very large meals with heavy meats and lots of bread, I loved the food here in Serbia, especially the large selection of breakfast. Just about every other door in the major cities is a bakery, and you can get anything that you want. They have all different types of doughs stuffed with cheese, meats, jams, or burek and yogurt. Or burek and yogurt. Burek? 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 I don't know if I'm saying that right. Burek? We'll give it a go. But it is very good. Now, do you dip it in the yogurt or do you drink the yogurt? This is where things get a little interesting here in Serbia. Let's give it a go.
This man dipped it. Oh man. You're the first person I've ever seen dip budek into the yogurt.
Was I not supposed to do that?
People eat the budek, then drink the yogurt in their mouth.
I'm just getting set up for failure. Not too sure, but I'm a dipper. So let me know what you think you're supposed to do. Do you dip the burek in yogurt or do you drink the yogurt after as a chaser? Serbian food is super diverse. Each region has its own specialties. Some people say the food has a large influence from Greek and Mediterranean regions, and then Oriental and Hungarian regions. I haven't been to any of these places, so I can't really speak on that. But just from traveling a couple hours from Belgrade to Novi Sad, you notice a huge difference in the food. Even when we were in Sombor, we were talking to the waiter and he was dying for us to try the fish soup. Now, one thing you always do before traveling to a place is research safety. And that's very, very important. And me as an American, it was a little scary going to Serbia. So I can explain safety in two ways to you. The researched way and my experience. And we're gonna do both. If you were to ask me, is Serbia safe? I'd say, hell yeah, Serbia is safe. We had no issues walking the streets, drinking beers with locals, having a good time in Novi Sad and Belgrade, and I had no worries at all. Even in the countryside of Serbia, you feel extremely welcomed and extremely safe. The locals love engaging in conversations with you, and anytime I asked for help or needed anything, they went out of their way to help us. Now, for the research side of safety, some people even say that Serbia is trying to join the European Union, and they may be close to doing that. If you talk to the locals, some say that it will never happen. But that means if they are close to joining the European Union, that means they must be safe. Now let's talk about some numbers. I'm an American and a proud American, but numbers do not lie. The rape rate in the US is 39 times higher than in Serbia. Gun crime is 53% more than in Serbia. Murders, 106 times more than in Serbia. The studies show that Serbia is more associated with positive thoughts towards darker skinned people. Now this video isn't on safety, but all my facts were researched here. Now let's jump into culture. When I first think of culture, I think of what makes a country so vivid, so unique, and so beautiful. The Serbian culture is incredibly vivid when it comes to food, architecture, and written language. But could we talk about Serbian culture without talking about the love for Rakia? Now some may think that's not culture, but to me, I think Rakia is very deep in the Serbian culture. It's strong, and if you ask me, it's not so tasty.
Salute man, welcome to Serbia.
Cheers, welcome to Serbia, bro. Oh man, Rakia strong, bro. Ooh, but Jimmy did you swing the whole thing, no?
But if you ask a local Serbian, they're gonna tell you, it's amazing. And they drink it for breakfast, lunch, and even sometimes dinner, and after dinner. As for the food, we all know burek and yogurt. That is pretty much as Serbian as it gets. I did see many signs of culture in Serbia, but I really wish I would have seen and experienced more. I just wasn't there long enough, and with COVID, a lot of things were unfortunately closed. I was only really able to scratch the surface, and that's just unfortunate, so I really have to go back. I was lucky enough to meet some lifelong friends while in Serbia, and I know that when a Serbian cares for somebody, they'll do just about anything for them at any time of the day. I would love to come back and actually create a documentary on Serbian culture and really dive into and experience Serbian culture for what it truly is. Now I just started a class on Skillshare, creating a modern cinematic documentary film by Dan. I love how she breaks down the process so you can create your own documentary film to your own place and your own people. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes full of creative people. Explore new skills, develop existing interests, and get lost in the creativity. At a time when so many important conversations are happening in the world, your voice is more essential than ever. Explore classes to unlock your creativity for social good. Connect with fellow creatives and enter a community with encouragement, communication, and inspiration. The first 1,000 people that'll click on the link in the description box below will get a free trial of their premium membership, and after that, it's only $10 a month. Now, let's talk about weather. It reminds me a lot of New York. It's nice sometimes, it's not nice other times. It's unpredictable, it's moody, and it's just sometimes annoying. The country can be affected by cold air masses of Serbian origin, as well as warm air masses from the Mediterranean Sea. So temperatures while traveling Serbia can vary a lot. Now, as far as I know, this country has extremely cold winters and extremely hot summers. But if you plan to visit in the fall or spring, make sure you're prepared for all types of weather. When I was down in Belgrade, it was nice, warm, and sunny, and then only an hour and a half, 2-hour drive north, and we were in the middle of a whiteout snowstorm. It's honestly crazy how fast the weather can change, but that's exactly why it reminds me of New York, because the same thing happens here in my hometown. So when I say it's very unpredictable and packed for all types of weather, make sure you are prepared for the season you are visiting Serbia. I loved visiting Serbia. I just feel as though I didn't see enough of it, and I need to take a second trip there to visit all the places around the country that I missed the first time around. I did my best in 10 days, but it just wasn't enough, and there's so much more to see. If there's any places you could suggest me to visit on my next trip to Serbia, please let me know down below. And if there's any other first impressions that you may have had that I didn't actually get to see, let me know those below too, because I would love to share with the community everybody's first impression on the country.